Good morning from here. Wherever you're watching me from, I say welcome. Today I'm having this seminar basically for the parents. And the theme for it is how to discover your child's innate gifts and talents and harness it or align it with course subjects and course choices. Why is my child here? You might want to ask yourself that. Why is my child on planet Earth? For everyone God created, He gave a purpose. God has not made anybody without a reason. The reason your child is on earth, what your child is sent to do, is his purpose. And for every purpose, there are gifts or talents or abilities attached. What I mean by this is, what is the purpose? What is my child here for? How will my child fulfill this purpose? And that is the how. That is the gift. That is the talent. The gift is what God has deposited in your child to help him drive and fulfill his purpose. Every child has something to give to the world. What is your child's own? As most of you already know me, I run an active mentorship program where I mentor the adolescents individually. And in the course of time, I've had a few reports from parents, a few reports from the children them that has to do with disillusionment, disorientation, confusion, unfulfillment. I have one of my mentees that called me. He's about to go into the university. He's a post-secondary school student. And he called me on a certain day and he was very, very, very sad. He said, "Ma, the course of study my parents are forcing me to do is something I don't have interest in at all. The boy loves to be a pharmacist, but the parents are pushing him into something he's not interested in at all. Without any reason, without any, at least if a child says, I wish to do this thing, this is something I have passion for. Even if as a parent you are trying to dissuade that child from that thing, you should be convincing. Because after all, whether we like it or not, it is their life. It is their life, and each child holds him or herself success and fulfillment in life. As much as we are their earthly guides, we need to give them some ropes to come into the realization of what they wish to do, and we guide them. School scores are important, but more important is the early and strategic discovery of a child's gift or talent. The resultant effect of this is geometric, and it spans around different areas of that child's life. So I know it's important for a child to have good school scores academically. Is even a very good foundation. But more importantly is making a child come into the early realization of the gifts they have, and as a parent, steer them in the direction of that gift. As children evolve through life, as they grow, they need our proper guidance as they make decisions in various situations of their life. Too many parents focus overly on school books and ignore the skills of their children. Now, let me give you another practical example. A parent called me and she was reporting her two daughters to me. She came across my video on Facebook, and she said as she was watching that video that there was goosebumps all around her body, that she had never felt that profound feeling watching anyone on social media. So she now reached out to me that, "Ma, I'm a trader, I don't have much, but I want you to help me handle my 2 daughters. I want to report my first daughter to you." I said, "What is it?" She said, "My second daughter is very sound academically, but my first daughter is not school smart at all." The way she spoke, and I said, "Okay, what exactly do you want me to do?" She said, "I want you to help me talk to her. All these things that she's doing, that she thinks is the important thing, I want her to drop them and focus on school." And I asked her, "What are the things she does that you think she's spending too much time on? And what are the things that your first child is good at, your senior daughter?" She now said, "Ma, she's good. She didn't go to any fashion school. She can sew clothes very well. There was even a time I got a sewing machine for her. She makes clothes for people around. People patronize her, and she really knows how to do makeup. She does makeup for my friends, even for me when I'm going to parties. She does my gele. She's very good with handy skills that has to do with beauty, fashion." I said, "What class is she? How old is she?" She said she's 15, that she's in SS2. I said, "Really?" I said, "And she's already making money. Is she making money from the sewing of clothes and from the makeup?" She said, "Yes, my friends pay her if she does makeup and gele for each of them. Sometimes they give her 2,500, 2,000 and all of that, because she has her own products that she uses, which I bought for her around SS1 when I noticed that she had that skill." I said, "Good." I said, "Ma," I said, "the greatest mistake you can make with your first child is to kill her zeal for her inborn talent." She said, "What did you say, Ma?" I said, "You called me because you watched my video and you said you believe in me, that something steered you to me, that you should hand over your daughters to me." She said, "Yes." I said, "Then listen to me patiently." And I advised her. I said, all children cannot be A-level academically. I will talk to your child to take her studies very seriously, because a good solid education will even help amplify your skills or talents. I will talk to her, but I'm only advising you, mother to mother, not to kill your child's skills and talents." She said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Yes." I said, the way you reported that to me, already I know you have been downplaying her skills. You have been talking her down, because she said, "I will seize that machine. I will seize all her makeup." I said, you can ask her to tone down the time she spends on sewing clothes and all the like. She should prioritize her studies. And sometimes, truly, you might need to place an embargo on sewing, that between Monday to Friday, you are not allowed to sew. Saturday, you can take 5 hours during the day to sew. Sunday after church, you can take 3 hours. And I know that your friends that come to your house for her to tie gele and all of it, I know it's weekends. She said, "Yes." I said, "I beg you in the name of God, the way the world is going now, there are some things that will be the money of tomorrow that people will make serious money from. And that is hand skills and IT, information technology." She was now sounding very introspectively, as if something had hit her. She said, "God bless you, ma. She now said, "Please, how can I register my children with you for mentorship?" I said, "Mentorship registration is 5,000 each. But because you said you are a petty trader, you can pay 2,500 for registration." She screamed. She poured prayers and blessings on me. And the registration is a one-time thing. She was happy. And I now called the girl. I began to talk to her. She said schoolwork bores her, that she feels very bored with schoolworks. that she doesn't feel challenged, but that whenever she's thinking about designing clothes or whenever she's on the machine, there is like something kicks inside her and she's able to operate on 4 cylinders. I said, really? In fact, the girl sounded very, very, even more intelligent than the younger sister that the mother was praising. I called the younger one, so I encouraged her further about her excellence in her academics. And they have been my mentees since. As a matter of fact, after this video, both of them are the first persons I've booked for today's video session. Because for my mentees, I call each of my mentees 30 minutes on WhatsApp video every weekend. I want them to become familiar with me when they see my face every weekend. So parents, knowing the skills of your parents of your children early enough and guiding them on that path towards maximally optimizing it is a very, very, very great retirement plan for you. Because a child you help harness, you discover the child's gifts early, and you harness and align it with the subjects he does in SS class, the course he studies in the university, a career path, that child will be successful and fulfilled. There's a way a person can have money by what he or she does through a job in the future, but not fulfilled. For example, this speaking I do, this mentorship, this coaching is my gift. I did not discover my gifts early enough. When I was younger, I remember when I started raising the bar, a friend of mine who we were in the same class from GS1, when she saw me on social media, she called me. She said, Taiwo, you have always had this thing in you since secondary school. There's a way you talk to us that is captivating. You have always had it. So this is where God was bringing you to. I smiled. Imagine if I had parents that helped me discover these gifts early enough. And probably when I was going to the university or when I was in SS, I went to art class instead of science. And in the university, I went for journalism or mass communication. Imagine the exploits I would have been doing now in journalism. But I didn't have those kind of parents, and so I missed it early. Although I still give glory to God, because despite the fact that I miss it, I still have a very successful career. I work with the Code of Conduct Bureau Presidency, and I'm a level 13 officer. God has really blessed me. But should I shock you now? I'm telling you that this raising the bar I do, I find more fulfillment in it, even than my well-paid job at the presidency. Anytime I speak, anytime I coach, anytime I mentor, anytime I'm invited to churches, parties, seminars, and workshops to talk, I feel very fulfilled. I feel very blessed. I operate with my 4 cylinders on full charge and display because this is my calling. This is my purpose. I'm getting emotional now. I remembered something. There's a parent in Ibadan. Many children are missing it already because they are being misguided. A mother called me in Ibadan. As a matter of fact, I've been mentoring a child. And even this December, they had to package different kind of things for me. Plantain, palm oil, vegetable oil. They packaged it from Ibadan and sent it to me. The family, they have been very grateful for my mentorship. When they registered this boy with me, the boy is going to SS3 now. Although he has reverted to SS1. The father is a lawyer, a renowned lawyer in Oyo State. The mother too is a teacher in a very, very, very good private school. So he's the firstborn. So they want him to carry on the legacy of the father. They pushed him to art class. So they noticed that a child that has been performing excellently in his academics from primary school, he just began to dwindle academically. He was no longer performing optimally. So the last promotion exam they did in school, he was promoted on trial to SS3. And that was when they discovered me. That he was even the father that saw my video and sent it to the mother's phone that, wo woman ye. And that was how they called me for the mentorship of their child. So the mother now called me when they got the results, and they promoted this guy on trial again. He's not doing well. Ma, please help me. He has been sound since primary school. The mother instincts in me came alive. I said, Ma, what are the passions of your child when he was younger? What were the things that whenever he does them, you see happiness and joy in him? What are the questions he asked when he was growing up? Where were his interests? The mother now said he used to repair things around the house. There was even a time when they were still using rechargeable lamp. They had like 3 at home. That one spoiled. They were about to dispose it, and the boy repaired it without going for any skill training or anything. That he likes to repair, he does this and that. The mother just kept talking. I said, you have misled your child. You have misguided your child. This child was not supposed to go to art class at all. This child is supposed to go to science class and pursue something in engineering. The mother cried. We cried together. Don't mind me. I'm very emotional with what I do. As she was crying, I was crying. I now prayed with her. I said, God will help you, ma. This boy will find his feet. I'm going to call him now and talk to him. And I called my son, the boy. I said, boy. He said, Auntie Taye Lolu. I said, you didn't perform well in your exam. He said, yes. I said, what happened? He said, ma, can you please talk to my parents to allow me go back to SS1? I don't mind starting again. I want to go to science. Let me cut the story short. Now he's in science class. This is second term. He has started science again. He lost those 2 years. He lost it. But I know that by the grace of God, that boy will fulfill a glorious future. Because now I mentor him specially above all of my mentees. Because I know there's a psychological effect of going back to SS1. So I don't want him to feel it at all. I call him up to 4 times every week. And his video session during weekend, sometimes 1 hour, we are still on video talking. Instead of the regular 30 minutes. Parents, I know many of you do this mistake innocently. But unfortunately, you have been derailing your children. I'm not downplaying schools or books when I say you should discover your child's gift or talent, but never mentally relegate any child who is average academically. I'm going back to that first story of the 2 sisters. Because the younger sister was an A student academically and the older one was average but doing well with his handy skills, the mother was almost beginning to downplay that girl's skills until I cautioned her. And I've been talking to the older girl too to charge up academically, and I know God is backing me up. Please, discovering the gift and talent of your child and harnessing it with certain decisions in their life is a game changer for intentional parents. It is the best retirement plan you can give to yourself when your child fulfills purpose. As a matter of fact, there was a seminar I did recently, was an online thing, international thing. Just one seminar that I spoke for just few minutes. I earned in hundreds, in thousands. I earned super well just for talking for brief minutes. So what I get, see, is a multiple blessing when you find your purpose. You don't feel like you are working. You feel like you are enjoying what you are doing. I'm hardly stressed. Most times I wake up in the night. I pray for my mentees. 2 hours, I'm on my altar. I wrote, if you have registered your child with me for mentorship, your child's name is on my altar. I listed all their names. I mentioned their name one by one, and I'm praying for them. and I'm never tired. So apart from calling your child is my mentee. I call on video. I send video for the week. You fast with me every Tuesday as the mother of the mentee. I also pray for your children individually. Their parents have seen vision about their children. I told them. There was even a mother that screamed that Bawole Shemo. I didn't know the child was bedwetting. They never told me. I prayed a night. It was my vigil night for my mentees, and I went to sleep. And I saw the girl urinating on her body openly in the public. And I called the mother. She screamed, "How did you know?" And she's closer to me now because of it. So when I tell you that God has validated me for this, I'm not bragging. I know what I'm saying. And that is why there's no child that can be registered with me personally for mentorship that you will not see improvements in that child's life. I'm here today to show you how to identify and recognize your child's gift. What is your gift as a person? Gift is that thing you do best with the least amount of effort. Is that thing you do excellently well with little stress. Look at what I'm doing now, raising the bar. Speaking comes naturally to me. It is inborn. God already knew I will be the visioner of something, that we have children handed to me in the future. And to that effect, He gave me the gift of speaking. I convince people when I speak. I enthrall people when I speak. It is my gift. So your gift is that thing you do best in, you do excellently in, with least amount of effort. What has your child been doing well with little effort? Like that mother that said, he repairs things at home. Nobody even taught him driving. Just by sitting by my side or the father's side, already he can drive. And they now push that boy to art class. When the child is already innately gifted in electronics. Please, parents, I know what I'm talking to you about this morning. You might say I'm talking too much. And that is why I said I will send this video individually so that you can return with your questions individually. It won't be a group thing. Help your child discover purpose, not derail them. Enough of derailment. Parents have derailed their children for so long. They have derailed them for so long. It is good to catch that peculiar gift early, so that as the earthly angel you are in the life of your child, you can guide them into what God has called them to do. Everyone is gifted. Everyone is good at one thing or the other. But if you judge people by what they are not called to, you will think they are failures. Albert Einstein said something. He said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, that fish will live through life believing that it's stupid. Also, if you judge a rabbit by its ability to swim, that rabbit will live through life believing that it's foolish. A rabbit cannot be judged by its ability to paddle in the waters, because water is not the natural territory of a rabbit. A fish cannot be judged about its prowess in climbing a tree, because climbing trees is not the territory of a fish. What is your child's territory? What is your child's area? What is your child's jurisdiction? I will guide you into discovering it as you come with me. Enough of seeing sad children around. Enough of confused children. Enough of disillusioned children. Enough of disoriented children. Enough of unfulfilled workers in industries today. An unfulfilled and derailed child will grow up to be a derailed and unfulfilled worker in any organization when he grows up. Imagine if I've not discovered this purpose now. I would have continued only as an anti-corruption agent in the presidency, wasting my life. Because whatever purpose God called you to, when you get to heaven, you will give account of it. You will give account to God of what you did with what He deposited in you. So as guardian to our children, we need to help them come into this. Many parents live their failed ambitions through their children. And many parents force their children into the line of succession of their own career. This is wrong. Look at that boy in Ibadan. The father is a lawyer. They wanted him as the first son to be a lawyer. They misguided him into art class because of line of succession. So also are there parents who had dreams for themselves when they were younger, but because they were unable to fulfill it, they push their children into it, ignoring the natural abilities, talents, and gifts of their children. Now, this is where you get to write down. How do you discover your child's gifts and talents? 1, you ask yourself, what have I noticed this child to be good at? 2, you observe. 3, you ask your child, what do you think you are good at? 4, ask the close people to your child, maybe the close friends, that what do you think my child likes to do? You know, in class, when they are not studying, when teacher is not teaching them, there will be things your child will be prone to doing or do that the friends might have noticed. You can ask family members. You can ask the teachers of your child. That apart from Iwe, what do you feel this child likes to do? Now, also as a parent, name 3 situations where you observed that your child achieved much excellently. You can also ask your children, tell them to tell you that what is that thing they like to do, that no matter how tough it is, they always solve it. You can ask them to tell you. Because if it is your gift, if it is their gift, they will have achieved much with ease and with little stress. Be observant. Note these things. Number 2, look for a pattern as a parent. What is that thing that he does consistently? For example, my second son, he likes to tend to things. He likes to tend to things. Whenever, when you are sick, he comes to you, he's tender. And there was a time we were at my mom's, she rears chickens. My son will go there by himself. He's just 10. He will clear where those chickens are. He will give them food. He would organize their water. He likes to tend to things. The sight of blood does not irritate him. He can massage you. When I say I'm having body aches, he will come to me. He will massage me. He's tender. So that kind of boy now, I can advise him or guide him into medical science or veterinary medicine. I won't be out of place. My first son is better with IT. He has a desktop at home now. The things he does on that laptop, desktop, I don't know how he does them. Many times he helps me configure my desktop. He would download apps for me, download antivirus, do the things he does with information technology. They are amazing. So that kind of boy now, I can guide him into going into software engineering. Software engineering, science class. My daughter is different. So these observations, you must have it. You must have it handy from now. That is why it is not too early to begin. Neither is it too late. Another point, in what area does your child ask inquisitive questions? In what areas does he always ask questions? Note that down. In what area is it that your child likes to speak? For example, myself, when I was younger, my friend called my attention to it when I started this NGO, that you've always had it in you, Taiwo. But I didn't have parents who could guide me properly. If not, I wouldn't have even gone to science class. I would have gone to arts. The gifts of your child are grouped into 3. It can be athletic gifts, it can be artistic gifts, it can be scholastic gifts. Scholastic gifts are academic gifts. Artistic gifts are maybe dressing up, making up, cooking, catering, drawing, singing well, playing musical instruments well. Look at Shola Alison today. She's doing great exploits. She's a singer. Look at Tope Alabi. So all these things can make your children great. Don't regiment them to book alone. Whatever gifts you notice, help them explore. We are still going to come to that. How to maximize your child's gifts once you discover it. Now we are still on how to discover your child's gift. Your child can be good in speaking, caring for others, like my second son, repair or innovations, my first son, dressing up for others, like that girl in Ibadan, that girl that the senior one amongst them. It can be singing, drawing, cooking, catering. It can be mediation. Your child might know how to settle disputes, how to bring calm into any storm in the house. Notice these things and write them down. The Bible says, write the vision down and make it plain. Many parents are not intentional enough. Many parents are too casual with their parenting. Now that you have known Auntie Tayelolu, God has led you to me. Enough of mediocrity in parenting. Whatever you discover in your child might not seem to be much, but I tell you, if they apply it right, it is going to become a fortune to them. I know that a time is still coming in raising the bar when I will be worth billions. I know, I trust God for that. And I've told him whatever comes into raising the bar will be used to bless humanity. There will still be a time when I will pay children's school fees, when I will be the one responsible, when I will have an orphanage, where I bring in abused teenagers, children who have no homes, where I will bring them, rehabilitate them, reform them, and groom them. With my money that God will bless me with. So the vision and the mission for this NGO is very broad. I pray that God will assist me as I go on. In the name of Jesus. Expose your children to various activities so that you can know where they are gifted at. Something happened in my children's school this week. My third child, my daughter, she's 8 years old. She's in primary 3. I've never before notice that she has serious athletic gifts because I've not really exposed her to such. I got to their school day before yesterday. They were having inter-house sports. As I entered the school, teachers began to greet me. This your daughter is a blessing. No, this your daughter is great. Please don't slack with her. She has a glorious future. I was surprised. What is it? What was it with Tumishe? What are you people saying? They said the entire sport they had that day, that there was no sport she did not participate in. And she was coming first. She even played football for her house. She joined them and she played football. For the long jump, they said if I see the distance she jumped, she did relay race, she did sprint race, she did football, she did everything. They said her stamina is out of this world. I thought they were joking. As I got to my second son's class, his own class teacher said it that, Mommy Jimmy, Omonyi Tumishe, that your daughter Tumishe, please athletically monitor her, monitor her. This is somebody that can be very great through athletics. That they have never seen a child like her. Their stamina is so real. Is out of this world. Now, I will put more attention in that area now concerning her. Who knows, she may become a sprint racer for Nigeria. She may become a long jumper or high jumper for Nigeria. I will begin to expose her to more athletic stuffs now going forward. Parents, I need you people to come awake. I need you people to become smart. God has made all of our children to be great. But many of us, because of unintentional parenting and mediocrity in parenting, we have misled our children. Come alive, please. Look at my daughter now. Imagine if I start exposing her to those things. She might become a great athletic person in future. She might even become a female wrestler. They said she's super strong. I was just receiving handshake here and there. Even amongst their teacher, a teacher who taught my first son when he was in primary 1, even met me where I was buying snacks for them at the gate. He came to buy cold water. I said, he calls me Mommy Ajibola before. He said, Mommy to me share. I said, then you know. Kilo tún ṣẹlẹ̀ ma. Kilo ṣẹlẹ̀ ma. Kilo ṣẹlẹ̀ sa. He now said, if you see how your child performed this week, you will be so shocked. You will be so surprised. If you see how your child performed today, pardon, I'm being distracted by the drop down of messages here. Let me shut my mind to it. I was so happy. As we got into the car, I just embraced her. I was very, very, very happy with her. So please, 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 parents, come alive. Allow your child to take the lead. As you are trying to observe their talents, don't lead them. Allow them lead you to it. Then you can now help them to explore it maximally. Now, which activity does your child do with ease? Observe it. What captivates your child's interest? What does it flow in easily? Observe it. What things does it do that you notice unusual confidence in him or her when he does it? Observe it. Please, observe it. And for those of you that send children to boarding house, you might need to reconsider. Because there are stages in a child's life where you must be observant. You must see, they must be on ground for you to see these things. They must be at home for you to notice these things. And if you know you must send them to boarding house, make sure you are available. Very available during the holidays. Because once you miss it, the child might miss it in life. May our children not miss it in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. So also, what excites him? After that, now we are moving to what to do to amplify your child's gift. What do you do to amplify your child's gifts? Number 1, expose your child more to it. Very soon I might begin to rear my own chickens in my house. I might create a very big cage where I rear chickens so that I can expose my son, my second son who likes to tend to things. I can expose him more to it. And whenever, may God not allow anybody to be sick in my house, I will keep observing how he treats them. I will expose your child more to what gift you notice in him. Number 2, motivate him, appreciate and compliment. Number 3, compensate. When you see that the child continually does this thing where you can compensate, you can say you can have 1 more hour to watch cartoon on Saturday. You can say, I will buy you ice cream on Sunday after church. Also offer help. As you see your child doing this, you can, how can I help you? If your child is somebody that is handy money, maybe likes to repair things, you can stay by him and say, oh, you need to wear gloves for this. You need to use screwdriver for this. Make sure that you are guiding them, that they are safe. Because children can try to go off limits, especially those that like to repair electronics, so that they won't electrocute themselves or get shocked by light, God forbid. Also, provide resources to aid the gift of your child. For example, a child that likes to tie gele, like that woman that reported her daughter to me. She said she bought the girl a sewing machine around SS1 when she noticed that she's always using needle and thread to sew doll clothes, to sew this and that. She got her a sewing machine. If you see your child likes to do makeup, you can get light makeup, get a doll for the child to be practicing on it, or give your child your own gele. If you see that she's adept in it, to be tying your own gele around that doll so that she will become better. Expose them more to it. The things that will bring money in the future in this world, they are not things we are looking at. Don't neglect or underplay your child's talent. I'm begging you, parents. Also, Caution. Write down, caution. Number 1, don't discourage or talk down on your child's gift. Number 2, don't limit your child because of your own past failure. Because you failed in this does not mean that your child will fail in it. Also, don't force your children to continue a line of succession. Because you are doctors in the family, you are pushing your first daughter into medicine. No. If your child's gift does not align with medicine, if it is law or journalism, allow your child explore that line so that your child can be fulfilled and successful at the same time. Don't force your failed ambition on your child. Don't live your life through your child. Many of we adults had dreams when we were growing up, but because we were unable to fulfill it, we want to force our children that because I wanted to be a medical doctor, I could not become. My first son must be a medical doctor. This is very, very, very wrong. Okay? And also, success is relative to fulfillment. Nobody is successful if they are not fulfilled in what they do. Success is not about money. It's about joy in what you do. May our children find that in the name of Jesus. When your children know their gifts and talents, it helps them in other areas of their life. It gives them a mental and psychological balance. Also, that your child is talented, it does not mean they have to lax academically. No, you still have to help them to perform well in their studies. If you have to get home teachers for them, after school classes, you can do that. It is possible for a child to have multiple interests. Yes, a child can have multiple talents, but look for the one that has the most frequency of pattern. The one he does more is the major gift. Also, no matter how tough or challenging what that thing is, if you notice that your child finds joy in doing it, that might be his gift. Also, there's a difference between being gifted and being smart. Gift has to do with ability tangibly. Also, I'm just giving you points. I'm rounding up now. Without guiding your children to purpose, through discovering and harnessing their inborn talent, that child may grow up to become disillusioned, sad, disoriented, unfulfilled, depressed, and frustrated. May our children not experience that in the name of Jesus. Now, harness your children's gift with the courses they take in SS1. A child that is supposed to go to science class, don't force him to art class because you and the mother are lawyers. Because you and the father are lawyers. Because you and your husband are journalists. Don't force your child to art class. If it is commercial class or science class, the gift aligns with, let that child go there. So imagine that boy that was promoted on trial SS2 to 3. How sad he would have been since SS1 when he was in art class. He would have been sad and depressed. But thank God now he has started SS1 again, and I'm guiding him seriously in mentorship. There's no child that is handed over to me in mentorship that will not fulfill a glorious destiny. I am passionate about this mission. I am intentional. When you are troubled as a parent, if your child is my mentee, I'm troubled with you. When you cry, I cry with you. There are parents that after having video sessions with their children, when I call them, they just start crying. How did you get to the core of my child's mindset like this? How did my child get to tell you these deep things and he has never told me before? Ma, you are a blessing. And sometimes they cry tears of joy, and I just see myself crying too. I'm pleased with God for depositing this gift in me. So I hope this seminar has blessed you. I'm going to be having several seminars after this, once every month, for you parents. Please endeavor to always participate. It's only 500 naira. 500 naira will not kill you. And I've told you that all the money that comes into this is going back into this ministry. That the time will come when there will be children that will be responsible, children that are not financially okay, that will be paying their fees. I'm still planning to build my own orphanage. I already got a vacant land, and I've told God that this land I got is going to be for orphanage. It's going to be to reform teenagers that have been abused, teenagers that have gone into prostitution, teenagers that have been sexually abused. I will bring them there and rehabilitate them. So all this money is still going into humanity. So when I say pay for something, don't think I want to make my hair or buy clothes with it. I told you I have a very good career. I am, by God's grace, I'm successful. But the money for raising, sometimes that's why I call it commitment fee. 500 naira for this seminar now is commitment fee. I have a man that paid yesterday. He said he wants to pay for the seminar. He paid 10,000 naira. I called him, I said, sir, why are you paying 10,000? He said, ma, I just want to pay for, so that at least you can continue to guide me once and again. And some of your videos that I watch, I see that you put in so much energy. So just receive it as compensation. He gave me 10,000 for this seminar that you are paying 500 for. Is a way of encouraging me. God bless you. If you have any question, I want you to revert to me privately. If it has to do with your child, let me know. And if after watching this video, you want to register your child with me for mentorship, please do. God bless you. Good morning.